Hey guys, this is Shinichi again and welcome back to Tabi Eats. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make gyoza, which is one of my family's all-time favorite dish. My mom used to make these Japanese dumplings for me when we were kids, and we used to eat a lot of them. She used to make them in large batches of 100, sometimes 200, and she would freeze them up for later use. Today's recipe is from a request from Maria Rivera. Thank you so much for your suggestion. I haven't made gyoza in a long time, so thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for waiting so long, and this is for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Here are the ingredients. So first we're going to start off with some ground beef, some minced ginger as well as minced garlic, a quarter of an onion. We also need some Asian chives or regular chives, and some Chinese cabbage. It's better to use the inside of the Chinese cabbage, but any part will do, no problem. And for the seasoning, we're going to be using some cornstarch, sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, salt and pepper. We also need some sesame oil for some extra flavor, as well as regular cooking oil and some water. And that's about it. So let's get started. Ooh, one more thing. Some gyoza wrappers. All right. First things first. We're gonna zap the Chinese cabbage in the microwave until it's wilted, and this is to get rid of the excess water from this. Put it in a paper towel and squeeze the excess water out. This is going to make your gyoza taste so much better. We're gonna chop this up into really fine pieces, and once that is done, set this aside in a pretty large bowl. Okay, so do that. Just make sure that you get as much water as out before you do this. Believe me, it's going to be so much easier and better later on. Do the same with your onions. We're going to chop that up, and then do the same with your chives. Pretty much what we're doing here is we're chopping up all the vegetables into about the same size. Go ahead and add your your garlic and ginger, and then finally the ground meat. Now we're using pork and beef mixture, but you can go ahead and use either, or you can even use chicken if you like, but we find that chicken tends to be a bit on the dry side. Go ahead and add your soy sauce, sugar, cornstarch, and salt, and we're going to mix this up with our hands. Hands is the way to go. Just while you're mixing it, really give it a good squeeze, because you want to create this sort of sticky batter. Okay, all right, once this is done, we're going to start wrapping this into our gyoza wrappers. Now, if you can go ahead and use store-bought wrappers, that's the easiest way. But if you want to know how to make them yourself, please click on the link below for the complete recipe. It's not that difficult to make. All right, we're going to put about a little less than a tablespoon of the meat mixture inside the middle of the wrapper. Wet the perimeter of the wrapper, and we're going to start folding it together, and we're going to start creasing and folding like so. Watch carefully. Okay, this will take some practice if this is your first time, but believe me, you'll get it in no time. And just really give it a good press. The water acts as a binder. You want to make sure that it's adhered completely. You want to make sure that it's really, really glued on, because you don't want any of the insides to come out during the cooking process. All right, I'm going to show it to you one more time, because like I said, this will take a little practice if you've never done this before. I've had a lot of practice. I used to love making this with my mother when I was younger. Well, it was one of my favorite things to do. The only thing I didn't like about it is that my hands smelled like garlic and onions later on. But this is fun, and this is a great thing to do, with your daughter, or, with someone who likes to cook. All right, so continue doing this with your remaining wrappers. And this is just a tip, if you have leftover meat, which a lot of times you do, and I also had some leftover as well. What I do with the leftovers is that I make meatballs out of them, and I just dump them into some water with some chicken broth, and I make meatball soup. It's as simple as that, and that will go perfectly with these gyozas. All right, now it's time to cook this. Add some oil in a frying pan, and line them up neatly in rows. Alright, I'm going to put the flat side down, and I'm speeding it up here a bit. Be very careful with this part now. Okay, you want to just line it up as neatly as you can, and then cook it on medium heat until you get this color. This is the color we're going for. Once this is done, add your water and immediately cover your frying pan, because we're going to be steaming the gyoza now. Keep it like this for about 10 minutes and continue cooking like so. Once this is done, open it up and continue cooking until the water is almost completely evaporated. Okay, now we're going to be adding a little bit of sesame oil. This is our secret. What this does is it makes it easier to take off the gyoza off the frying pan, as well as add some extra flavor to this. Whoops, as you can see, I'm not perfect and I'm trying to get it look really nice, but as you can see, I am failing here, and I have one that sort of decided to play tricks on me. But anyway, it's okay. It still tastes wonderful. And there you go. This is our wonderful and amazing gyoza. So as you can see, it's hard to get it perfect at the first time, but it really doesn't matter, because as long as it tastes good, that's what counts, okay? So here is the finished product. As you can see, it's really beautiful. As you can see, the skin is crispy on the outside. The bottom, or well, the top, we flipped it over. The top is moist, it's steamed. The inside should be completely steamed and all cooked, ready for us to eat. Now, usually with gyoza, for the sauce, it's just a really simple combination of soy sauce, rice vinegar, and a Chinese chili oil called layu. But since we don't have it today, and you might have a hard time finding it, I just added some sesame oil, and this is exactly how my mom made the sauce for us. So we're going to be using that today, okay? Whoa, it's so good. The inside is so juicy. So as you can see, this gyoza is just wonderful, and I really miss eating my mom's gyoza. She doesn't cook these days, but it's very easy for me to replicate the recipe, because I used to help her all the time when I was young, so lucky for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. For more recipes, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, share this video with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.